was the thing you looked forward to harvesting the most?
Saskatoons.
Saskatoons and blueberries.
Not blueberries. They're too hard to pick.
No, we had to pick it.
Well, me too.
We used to paddle up from the reserve up to Salmon River. And Mom had this huge basket. It was about that big and about that high. And we each had a little basket. We had to fill it, and we had to fill that big one. And then we weren't allowed to go until it was full. And we all went up in a canoe. We had to walk home because the canoe was full of berries.
What would happen if you ate more than you picked?
Well, we got a licking.
What would you do with the berries?
My mom would preserve them. Yeah, and it was good in the winter.
How?
She never used pectin. The berries itself has sugar, and just boil the hell out of it and put it into jars. And she'd make the jams. She even tried to make the fruit leather you buy. Everybody, I remember when it first came out, this fruit leather, everybody, it's so good, but I had it as a kid, because my mom used to make it, the blueberries, and she'd have a screen about the size, and have leaves all over it, and pile of berries on it, and just the way that the berries, the juices start coming out. And when the juice quit coming, she'd pour it back over the berries until there was no more juice. And we had fruit leather. So when I was thinking, gee, what are they excited about? Because I ate it already when I was a kid.
How long would you eat fruit leather?
Well, you can save it. She had a cellar and everything went into the cellar. Yeah.
I can remember Margaret at fish camp. She used to take the berries, and as she was smoking the salmon, she would have a screen above
making
the salmon.
Saskatoons, yeah.
She would dry out the
They're
Saskatoon.
like raisins. They're really good. They have that smoky flavor.
Yeah.
I remember we went picking huckleberries, and he was small, and Trent came with us. And they were pulling around in a bush, and all our buckets were full, and Trent had about this much in his bucket. He says, I'm going to tell my mom to make a huckleberry pie. I told him she might make one big tart.
He probably had a purple face,
Yeah.
too. Oh, I know. We actually, well, I can remember when we used to come across the river from the other side, and pick berries on
the road.
On the reserve.
Yeah. You know why there's no berries now?
Well,
They used to burn it every spring. The men went down there and burned the whole area, and the berries came back, and nobody's done that. There was low bush blueberries and high bush blueberries.
yeah, remember that.
But they used to burn the whole thing in the spring, and the berries came back.
Well, someone tried to burn that a couple weeks ago by the gravel pit.
Oh.
There was a fire. I had to phone the fire department.
What was the purpose of burning?
I don't know, but they did it every spring. I don't know, but every spring the men went down and burnt the area right after the snow.
Yeah, actually burning was quite traditional in regards to, because the underbrush they would burn. And I think there were several purposes. Obviously the berries is one of them, but I think it's also fire management, because if you burn all the underbrush, then there's less fuel. And that's a big problem that we're having right now with the big fires, is that all the stuff that's laying on the ground is fuel, so the fires are uncontrollable.
I never thought of that.
So yeah, so it was controlled burns, basically. And
Reading about it in one of my classes, traditional ecological indigenous knowledge. And it's basically like, because it's been so suppressed and not happening, that's why we have so many outrageous forest fires, because it would balance that out.
yeah,
So we did something way before anybody knew about it.
we did lots of
When
things.
I was a kid, old lady.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest fears is by the reserve
Yeah.
down towards the swimming hole. None of that underbrush has been burnt in years,
No.
and if there is a fire down there, it'd be pretty serious.
So was springtime a time of fires then? Traditionally, for Clately, would you say that traditionally you would have fires, like burning the underbrush in spring? Is that
Yeah,
part
they
of it?
did it all the time. They
Yeah,
always burned.
the spring probably makes sense because there's still snow in some areas.
All the
so
fields were burnt. And our berry patch was burnt too.
it's
And the whole community would go down there.
it's still a tradition in our community. People burn their lawns. I know I do. Before the memo goes out.